Good evening, welcome to DTBTV. So I'm just going to do a review of the season so far. Obviously we're now at the international break, so you know, it is what it is when it comes in terms of, you know, are we in such a bad position? Like we've lost the last two games, not lost the last two games, we've dropped points in the last two games against Brighton and West Ham, but I think we're doing pretty good, to be honest with you, in terms of where we are in the Champions League and where we are in the Premier League. So I'm just going to go through a little bit of a review. So you're welcome to pose any questions to me and I'll give you an answer straight away. So let's just go to a review of the season so far. So currently in the league, Liverpool sit fourth after 11 games. We've won 6, drawn 4 and lost 1. And obviously losing 3-2 to West Ham yesterday, drawing 2-2 against Brighton, beating Manchester United 5-0, which is clearly the highlight of the season, and beating, unbelievable, Watford 5-0 and Man U 5-0. In them two games we scored 10 and conceded none, and then obviously we drew 2-2 with Man City. So what's the league looking like? Well, it's unbelievable basically. Brighton are 7th on 17 points. You've got Manchester United who are now 6th on 17 points. Arsenal, I mean, what a transformation with Arsenal. I mean, if ever there was a case of Arsenal TV are poisonous, like Arteta said, I mean, that channel really does need shutting down. I don't think Arsenal TV, if we had that, if Redmen TV were like Arsenal TV, they'd have been run out of Liverpool because they're poisonous. And they were absolutely, they drove a legend out in Wenger, and then Arteta was, you know that stupid idiot, that one talks like an idiot. He wanted Arteta out. I mean, what a transformation with Arsenal anyway. So they were bottom, second bottom, now 5th on 20 points. So what I'm going to say is, after 11 games, losing only 1 match, it's not bad considering the injuries. Again, we've had last season, it was all centre backs. This season, it seems to be all central midfielders. Top scorer for Liverpool. Let's have a look at the players in terms of the squad. So, Alisson Becker has played 10 games. Cameron Kelleher has played 1. Trent Alexander-Arnold has played 9 games. He's scored a goal. Joe Gomez has played 2. I am hearing that Joe Gomez is going to Newcastle. A few people that I know have said that, is there a better centre-back around that they can get with Premier League experience? No. And I actually genuinely believe that if Newcastle come in January with a 35, 40 million pound bid for Joe Gomez, that we should accept it, and also that we will accept it, because let's not get it twisted now. We've got Joel Matip, we've got Konate, we've got Van Dijk. They're our 3 best centre-backs really. All right, you've got Nat Phillips would be the 4th. Yes, Gomez is great, but Gomez will want to play. He won't. He's hardly playing. I mean, for example, I've just said it there. He's played 2 games, and he's only 24. People forget how young Gomez still is. I mean, it could even be a loan until the end of the season that we might, you know, Newcastle could probably come in. But if they offer us stupid money, then we should take it. So basically, you've got 9 games played, Trent. Joe Gomez has played 2, Ibrahima Konate has played 3, Joel Matip has played 8, Andrew Robertson has played 8, Costas has been outstanding, he's played 5, Nico Williams has played 1, Virgil van Dijk has played 11, which is incredible considering he was out for the year. Then you go to the midfielders. Thiago Alcantara has played 5 games, Fabinho has played 7, Jordan Henderson has played 10, Curtis Jones has played 5, Naby Keita has played 7, James Milner has played 5, Oxlade-Chamberlain has played 6, forwards Harvey Elliott has played 4, Firmino has played 8, Diego Jota 10, Mane 11, Taki Minamino 2, Divock Origi 2, and Mohamed Salah 11 has scored 10. So wow, I mean, it's the flight. So that's the squad. Fixtures. Now, you know, we're on the break at the moment for the international break. When we return, We return on the 20th against Arsenal at 5:30. So I'll be back for that, going live before the match and at half-time and full-time. Or I might even do a watch-along now. I've got my headset so I can hear the game. In fact, I will do. From now on, now I've got these headsets, me and Craig will be doing watch-alongs. I've got a match that day with AFC Liverpool. We've got a game in the Vars, but it's at home, so I'll be back for 5 anyway. So we'll be live for that. So we've got Arsenal at Anfield. In fact, wow, we've got 3 games in a row at Anfield when the international break finishes. We have Arsenal, Porto and Southampton all at home before we have the Merseyside derby on the 1st of December and Wolves on the 4th of December and then Milan on the 7th of December. So it is a mad period coming up. Looking there, in 1 month we have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches. That's 3 a week. So Arsenal, Porto, Southampton all at Anfield, Everton, Wolves, Milan all away. And then you've got the Premier League, you've got Aston Villa at home, Newcastle at home, Tottenham away, then you've got Leicester, Liverpool at Anfield in the Carabao Cup. And that's interesting, that game, because I keep getting people asking me for tickets. Get your membership renewed, and I can tell you this now, tickets have been easier to come by this season. I think it's got something to do with COVID. I think some fans might not want to travel if they've got a relative that could catch COVID. There might be a little bit of fear of COVID. Other countries might have red zones where travelling becomes absolutely terrible. You might have to self-isolate, you can't get the time off work. That has definitely had an impact on tickets, because I know from working at Anfield that, no disrespect, but it was, I'd say 65%, 70% foreign travel coming over for games. Because I used to do the Anfield Road end, and honestly, I can't remember seeing any of my mates in that end, and a lot of people from the area. So I do think that that's had a sort of a detrimental effect on tickets, which mean I've been to AC Milan at home, Brighton at home, and the 2 friendlies in pre-season, and it was definitely different. I can definitely assure you, more kids have been there and more locals. So I think COVID has played a massive factor in that. So you can get tickets a lot easier than when the whole world wanted them. So yeah, so the review at the moment for me is we could do with a few more clean sheets. We've conceded 5 in the last 2, which is not like us. I think that changing the centre backs, I think we're changing the centre backs a little bit too much now. Just pick 2, Klopp. Just pick 2 for now, and then if one gets injured, replace them 2. I always say this, and even at AFC Liverpool, we've conceded, we haven't had a clean sheet for like 27 games. And that's because every single game we've got a different back 4 or a different goalkeeper. So I believe that there's some areas of the pitch where you need an understanding, and I always think it's the spine of the pitch. So I'd say your keeper never changes, your 2 centre backs should never really change, and especially in the league. And then obviously your midfield, if you can, but our midfielders have been injured too much this season anyway, so I get that. And who's to argue with Klopp? I'm just saying. I said earlier in my video that I believe that in January we'll go to a 4-3-1-2 formation rather than a 4-3-3 we always play, based on the fact that we're going to probably play 2 up top, which is going to be Diego Jota and Divock Origi, whilst Marnie and Salah are away. In the hole, I'd say Bobby Firmino will play the number 10 role if he's fit, which he should be. I've heard he's only out for the month of November with this injury. He'll be back for Christmas. So, if you were going to review the season now on the 8th of November, you'd say, okay, we've lost 1 game all season in all competitions, and up until yesterday, we was the only undefeated side in Europe, which, I mean, I'm not being funny, is laughable when you think that some of our fans are still demanding that we do this, we do that. I mean, I'm going to give you 2 examples, and that's Donny van der Beek and Jadon Sancho. That's £110 million worth of players that have played about the same amount of minutes as Divock Origi. And I look at it like that. Just because you spend millions doesn't mean it's going to make you a better team. In fact, you can get too many. And I said this in pre-season. Our first 11 is the best in Europe. And to get the best 5 subs, 7 subs, whatever it is, it's impossible because the best players in the world don't want to be subs. So you've got to give them like Man United have done. They would have sat on a table with Danny Van der Beek and Jadon Sancho and promised them the world, and now they've ruined them because they've lied to them. They've lost the trust of the player. I mean, Sancho's lost his England place and everything. So my point is this: Klopp doesn't do that. He keeps his squad tight. He keeps his squad uniquely small, and he uses the academy if needed. And that's the plan. With a £60 million upgrade of the academy, the idea was we keep a squad of 16 to 18 players that we know we can use sparingly in all competitions, and if we need to be, we promote to the first team. Kate Gordon, for example, the midfielder Tyler Morton. You've got Nico Williams that come through last year. So the review to me is the FSG model and the Klopp model that they all buy into, whether you do as a supporter or not. That is their module, is working to a treat. Konate has been an absolute super signing for the price we paid for him, which is 50 million less than Harry Maguire, right? They haven't panicked buy. Jota's on fire, Firmino's on fire, Salah's on fire. All right, Salah the last couple of games, let's not forget though, he had a goal disallowed against Brighton. There's everybody in saying crisis now, he's not scored in 2 games, but the goal against Brighton was a great finish, regardless of the VAR. And VAR has literally hammered us in the last 2 games. We've had 2 disallowed goals, and yesterday, I don't give a shit what anybody says, that Cresswell tackle was a leg breaker and was a red card. Don't care what. If that was Henderson or that was Fabinho, 1, they would have been red carded, and 2, Give Me Sport and every social media programme would have definitely come out and said that that was a red card. But it's this anti-Liverpool shit that, we get it at AFC Liverpool, we get refs just because they hate Scousers and they hate people from Liverpool. They just go against us all the time. It's a piss take. I'm telling you now, that we're not English, we're Scouse is based on the fact that the rest of the fucking country hate this area and hate the people of Liverpool, whereas I love them. So I call myself an adapted Scouser, but that is what it is. I've lived here 5 years now, and my kids speak Scouse, which is really fucking great. But so my review of the season is, it is what it is. It's what we expected. We're in the title race. We're 3 points behind Chelsea. Chelsea have still got to play some big games. We've got to play some big games. But that's important there, what I've just said there, with the 3 games at Anfield in a row we've got. Arsenal, Porto. Well, Porto's a Champions League game, we're already qualified. But, Southampton and Arsenal, winning both of them going into the derby at Goodison would be a great platform. Wolves away, we seem to always win there, so that's decent. But then, like Alex Ferguson says, Christmas period is always key. Now, if you think about this, at Christmas, we've got Villa at home, Newcastle at home, and Tottenham away. And then we've got the EFL Cup, Leicester at home, Leeds United at home, and Leicester away. That's the Christmas period. And then on New Year's, not New Year's Day, the day after New Year, we've got Chelsea away, which is a huge game. 2nd of January. Now, let's go to the African Cup of Nations. What games are we going to be missing Salah and Mane for? Here they are. We will probably miss them. I think it starts on the 2nd of Chelsea as well, which is irritating. If they've gone for Chelsea, that will be frustrating. But then we've got Brentford at home. We'll be missing for that. Palace away. They'll be missing for that. Leicester at home, Burnley away, Norwich at home. So, excuse me, but the games that they're going to miss are Brentford, Palace, Leicester and Burnley and Norwich. I wouldn't worry too much about that, because with Jota, Firmino and Origi, and possibly a striker that might come in on loan or something like that, we could have asked for a better run of fixtures in January than that, So I wouldn't worry too much about Mane and Salah going for a month, because we've got Brentford, Palace, Leicester at home, Burnley and Norwich in that period. So I'm not panicking. And at the end of the day, I like the fixtures coming towards the end of the season, because we've got Man City in April at the Etihad, which is mad. And then the run-in, as they call it, we'll have Everton at home on the 23rd of April, Newcastle away on the 30th of April, Tottenham at home, Southampton away, and the last game of the season is on the 22nd of May, and it's Wolves at Anfield. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure, wasn't it Wolves we played last game of the season when we could have won the league on the day when 97 points and then Man City beat Brighton, didn't they? That's weird. So, this could be the best season we've ever had in our lives as Liverpool fans for my age group, 37, right? 30s and born in the 80s and raised in the 90s and 2000s. Because last year, or the year before, we didn't get to celebrate winning the league, really, because we couldn't have a parade or nothing. But can you imagine if we win the Premier League this season, Klopp, we could have an open top bus parade for 2 Premier League titles. And let's not forget that the Champions League, and I've said this, is as weak as I've ever seen it. For us to piss that group the way we pissed it, and if you look at the results around, I mean, Dortmund, I thought with Erling Haaland, I thought they could have been one of the dark horses. Got spanked 4-0 by Ajax. Real Madrid got beat at home by Sheriff Tiraspol. Bayern Munich got beat 5-0 the other week by Mönchengladbach. Bayern have only got Lewandowski now, they haven't got Coutinho, they haven't got Thiago, they haven't got... There's nothing to worry about. Barcelona are absolute crap. Atletico Madrid, who knocked us out the last time we were going on a decent run, we've just beat comfortably twice. So it is what it is, and I honestly genuinely believe, I stand by it, I believe the squad's good enough, I believe January's capable of coping without, you know, without Mane and Salah, because we've got the fixtures I've just gave you. So it is what it is. So my review of the season is, we keep going, we dust ourselves down, and we keep going for our objectives, which is we don't spend ridiculous amounts of money if we don't have to, because why would you want to blow 80 million in desperation on the worst centre-back in Europe and Harry Maguire, or do you wait 6 months for one of the best young centre-backs in world football and get him for 50 million cheaper than Harry Maguire? That's the difference. That's Man U's module, and that's Liverpool's. We'll go and get a centre-back that can play for us for the next 15 years. You've got one with a head bigger than a vise, looks like he's trapped in a vise, and you know, looks like SpongeBob, how square it is, and he's the worst defender. I mean, Van der Vaart actually said that he could find 4 or 5 centre-backs every Sunday morning in the Dutch non-league that do everything that Maguire does, and he's not wrong. He turns like an Arctic lorry, he can head the ball, blah blah blah, who cares? And the way I look at it is, I'm so relaxed now. I said this to Craig the other day when we were sat here watching the Atletico Madrid game. I'd normally be a bag of nerves watching Liverpool, but not under Klopp. Not under Klopp, and not because this team never give up, but they also make you feel so relaxed in games in terms of, we know we can turn it on at any minute. I don't go into any game anymore thinking we might lose it. I go into every game thinking we definitely going to win this. It's like, we're that good. Now, under Rafa, you would be backs against the wall, would be trying to, like, you know, be a compact unit, and it was always like, listen, we need to defend a lot here to win the game. Whereas you was a bag of nerves half the time under Rafa because you were backs against the wall. Still enjoyable, but you was. Brendan, you just never knew what he was going to be. He was going to be either 3-2, too many goals conceded, too many goals, well, just end to end. With Klopp, we can kill teams off in the first 20 minutes. And I just think that generally, with the new Anfield Road development coming, we have to now, I actually believe this team should have had a succession of titles, like 2 or 3 in a row, because they're that good. So 97 points when we didn't win the league is ridiculous, right? But that's what happened when we're competing with teams that are run by countries. But we're still in the mix. And after spending nothing in the summer, because our net spend is in the green after sales, can you imagine winning the league when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has spent 441 million and not won a trophy, and we do it in a green profit margin? So not only are we the best team in the league, but we're the best run club. So that's my review. I hope you enjoy it. Let me just read some of your questions if there is any, and then that'll be it for tonight. That's it. Yeah. Joe Gomez will go to Newcastle, I think, mate. But it is what it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll speak to you all soon. You know, walk